Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Today in the Bible Bistro we're going to be looking at Psalm 10. This is the second half of Psalm 10, so today through the end of the week we're going to be dealing with Psalm 10, verses 10 through 18. Now today I'm going to treat verses 10 and 11, and we're going to discover the 11th and the 12th items in our list about the wicked man. What describes the wicked man? Well, we've seen that primarily he's a prideful man. He's a prideful man, say that correctly. He's a prideful man, and his pride causes lots and lots of problems. But these things are also things that describe him. So we can see him clearly in the world today. He's still at work. He's still around. And today we're going to see a couple things that I think that we're going to find very familiar. So if you have your Bible, I want you to open to Psalm 10 and look at verses 10 and 11. And if you don't have your Bible with you, please let me read for you. These are verses 10 and 11. So he crouches, prostrating himself. Then the fortress of the hapless will fall by his strong ones. He says in his heart, God has forgotten. He has hidden his face and doesn't see forever. So there's lots of stuff here. Boy, I tell you what, this is full, isn't it? You'll notice verse 10, we're still in the like a lion mode. That was in verse 9. Remember in verse 9 he said that he crouches, or in the lurking places he lies in ambush like a lion. So here again he's crouching himself, prostrating himself. So you just imagine in your mind the lion in the bush. He's loaded like a spring, but he's down low, and he's watching his prey so that when it's time he can spring out and capture it. So we got this lion imagery continuing, but here's our 11th item in our list. The fortress of the hapless will fall by his strong ones. So he's going after the weak, the poor, the innocent, and now the hapless. So there's a fortress, it's guarded by the hapless, and he knows that he can take it. And notice that it says will fall by his strong ones. It is the wicked man that creates the mob. We have lots of mobs in our world. You know, sometimes the mobs are described by, their nationality, whether it's a Hispanic mob or an Italian mob, or if it's a Russian mob, or if it's a Korean or a Japanese mob, or whatever kind of mob it might be. I mean, usually it's described by some sort of nationality or regional identity. But here, the psalmist describes it as wickedness. So the mob is nothing more than an institution created by the wicked man. He is the mob creator. And they exist because of him, because of the wicked man. And it is filled with other wicked men. So mobs, the evil mob is the thing that is descriptive of the wicked. The next, in verse 11, we have the 12th item. He says in his heart, God has forgotten. He has hidden his face and doesn't see forever. Now, didn't he just say, because this is our second speech, this is the second time we hear the wicked man speak, and didn't he just say, I will not be moved forever? Yeah, right there in verse 6, and now he says, God does, he has hidden his face and doesn't see forever. So, again, the arrogance of pride causes him to speak, and we find out what's in his heart. He says, God has forgotten. He has hidden his face. He doesn't see. So this is the movement of the God is dead, or God is not involved in the world thing. This is created by the wicked man, because the wicked man, number one, doesn't want to believe that God sees, because if God sees, he's going to act. He wants to believe that God has hidden his face, because he doesn't want God to be able to see what he's doing. And he wants to believe that God has forgotten, because he wants God to forget everything that he's done. He wants God to forget his word. He wants God to forget his way. He wants God to forget all of that, so that he is not culpable for what he's done in this life. And so he creates this illusion that God is dead, God is forgotten, God has hidden his face, God does not see, and he never is going to see all that I do. So that's the 12th item. He speaks and he says God has forgotten. At least that's what he wants to believe. All right, well, join me again tomorrow. We'll look at verses 12 and 13 here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.